Hytale was a game of promises that quickly turned into broken promises. With the announcement of its cancellation, Hytale is no longer coming out, and this game is absolutely dead, which shocked the entire community all throughout the week. This game was meant to challenge Minecraft's dominance and add rich RPG mechanics to the game, hopefully add in some great competition between Mojang and Hytale Studios, but unfortunately, this game will now never see the light of day. We're going to break down what exactly happened and what the future has for Hytale. Hey everyone, Videos to Eat To here, just asking you to please subscribe. 45% of you aren't subscribed. We're getting that number lower and lower, which I love. So please hit that subscribe and bell icon. Thank you so much. Enjoy the video. If you've never heard of Hytale, I'll quickly sum it up. There was a ginormous Minecraft server called the Hypixel server network. Well, they were gaining all that easy Minecraft server money and they decided to go make their own game. Well, they made their prototype and it was sold to Riot, and Riot bought the studio. In 2018, they released a trailer that has garnered over 61 million views, and everyone was super excited. Story-driven quests, procedurally generated world, modding tools, customizable combat, the list went on and on. It seemed like there was finally a challenger to Minecraft. But silence after all these years, barely any gameplay was released, people were scrounging around, but they said the game was coming, and now we know that is not the case. So what were they working on these past almost 10 years? I'm not sure. Let's break it down. By 2019, Simon Collins, the CEO of Hypixel, said the game was a maximum 2 years away from the PC release. Well, 2 years came and gone, and we weren't sure what was happening. Reading former developers' tweets, it's very clear now what has happened. It was a massive feature creep. That is when the higher-ups, the VPs, Riot themselves were not really sure, but they were all coming saying, hey, you need to reboot the engine, you need to add all these features, forget all the features that have come before, let's just keep adding and bloating up our game because it's going to make it even better. And the result is obviously clear. The result is a canceled game. What we see now is a toxic leadership dynamic. We've seen this in other game studios, other developers always talk about it, but the problem is they go over and they hire new leadership, or the original leadership gets mismanaged and the project becomes super huge. It is a plethora of internal issues, and that is the death of most of these games. Look at Dragon Age. Look at the other Bioware games. These games come out with these humongous staffs that have no clear vision, and they end up flopping due to massive reboots and feature creep. The developers have clearly stated that by 2023, this game was a zombie project, still alive but stripped of its original spirit. The majority of the past staff had either left or been let go. So this cancellation that has happened, hopefully there are some future possibilities that save this game, but it isn't looking likely. With the original development team gone, I'm not sure how they're ever going to complete this game. And I truly think we can sum all of this up into one humongous cautionary tale. This game shows that perfectionism is poison. Unfortunately, the refusal to ship anything unless it is absolutely genre redefining hurts the gaming industry. While everyone always asks for new stuff, what we truly want is good games. Did the recent game Expedition 33 redefine the turn-based genre? No, it was just a great game with a great story and great gameplay. I think if they released this game, even in a beta state like Minecraft did when it first came out, people would have enjoyed it. They would have said, hey, this game has potential. Of course, people were always going to say this game, even if it was the most genre redefining game of all time, was a complete copy of Minecraft. But that doesn't matter. It's like McDonald's and Burger King. Both serve burgers, but it just depends on your taste and what you want. Tied in with the scaling without a purpose, expanding to console and mobile and all this other stuff, it makes business sense. But when PC is your core audience, you have to focus on that initial release. Don't get distracted by everything else. And this, again, all the scaling without a purpose ties into leadership arrogance. People are saying, oh, I'm the most talented, I'm the best, your team is incompetent, we're going to expand and make it the biggest game of all time. Well, that's silly. That's not going to happen if your game isn't good, if you don't even make a game in the first place to release a finished product. If you're just making these little environmental tests, well, guess what? Your game isn't going to ever come out. The years of silence and not talking to the community is also a problem. While this game had huge hype and people cared about it, it faded from the cultural zeitgeist. There wasn't a plethora of fans demanding the game. Now it is that we see that the game has been canceled, but it's very silly and it's very stupid to think that people were going to go up in arms and care before you even told them that there were problems. If they said maybe 2 or 3 years ago, hey, our game is in trouble, or hey, everyone, we're going to put out this game, we're still going to work on it, people would have played the game, supported it, and let it continue. But instead, they just wanted to wait until it was done. Now, I know this is a tiny bit hypocritical coming from me because I always talk about making finished games, but I think they should have finished the game to the very first level of what they wanted and then iterate on it and keep making it better. That's kind of the glorious thing about these Minecraft games. They always improve and they always get better. Vision needs guardrails. Unchecked ambition always goes and ruins things. You have to say, hey everyone, this is the game we're making, this is what we're doing, and here's how we're going to do it. Instead of pushing for new things every 5 seconds, you have to work with what you're given. These unlimited, humongous budgets, just like in movies, actually end up hurting the product. Focus on one simple thing and get it done. So what are your thoughts on Hytale? Let me know below. I'm Videos to Eat Too. I hope you enjoyed your meal. Thank you. Have a good one. Goodbye.